Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at the brand new Lelit Mara X. So happy that we actually got this in. We're going to be doing a handful of drinks once again, like we just did for our other Lelit unboxing, and we're going to be doing the Bianca as well very soon. We've got a regular portafilter, we got a bottomless portafilter. We actually have a different special guest today, so we're going to have Julian helping us out in store, which is going to be huge. We've got the same chattel grinder lined up. We've got our beans, we've got our milk. So we're going to be doing an espresso, we're going to be doing an Americano again, and then we're going to be doing a latte once again. So very exciting to get into and dive into this absolutely beautiful machine. Let's get right into it. So first off, we want to come over and look at this. Obviously, the first thing that we're going to notice about this machine is a non-digital PID. So we're still going to have our manometer here, which is going to give us a gauge on what the actual pressure in the machine is going to be and the temperature as well, but we do not have a digital PID in this model. Now that is an option in older models, but in the new 2023 model, it is not an option. So keep that in mind. If you are looking for a digital PID, this does not have that. On top of that, we also have our handles here, which are now in a beautiful black tone, which are gorgeous. We have our handle to actually pour our shots. You have our steam wand over here, and then we have our water over here. Massive water tank in the back, like all of the Lelits, which is nice because it actually has a new built-in integrated sensor. So it actually gives you a reading and an alert much prior to actually being done with the water in the tank, which was not previously part of each model. So that is a very simple but a large upgrade that people are going to enjoy with this machine. As we've talked about just some of the new features, we want to talk about just some of the features of the machine itself. Obviously, we are going to have a very nice compact size. So we have a 9 wide and a 16 depth on this machine, which is going to make it fit quite comfortably still on most countertops, which is good. The height isn't too excessive, and you don't have to worry about with semi-automatics pouring the beans in the top and not having enough room to do so. So you have a lot of clearance. Obviously, you're just going to have space to take out the water tank at the back, but you can still just pour the water directly in, which is also a nice bonus. So one of the things to also remember for this machine is the long pressure pump. What this does, it allows for a better and more smooth pre-infusion of your pour every single time, whereas other machines that are in this same category don't have a long pressure pump. So also something to consider given the price point as well, that if you are looking for a good pre-infusion on your machine, this would be definitely an option to consider. Now, one of the awesome features is if we pull off the side right over here, if I can pull it off, we also have our buttons to change between modes. So that is going to allow us to get to the Brew X and the Steam X functionality, which will allow us, especially for the Steam X functionality, if we want a crisp steam every single time with lots of pressure and the right temperature, you're going to want to make sure that you turn on that button. And for a perfect brew every single time, you want to make sure that you are turning on the Brew X as well. Now, what this also allows you to do is have exceptional temperature control when you are pulling your shots and when you are steaming your milk, and even with the water control by itself. So these options all in are what makes this such an exceptional and well-rounded machine from Lelit. So we've kind of talked about everything. We've summarized this beautiful brand new machine from Lelit. We're going to go right in right now. Julian's going to give us an overview as to the drinks that we're going to be making. We'll do some close-ups, and then we're going to try some out and then give you guys a full summary and a breakdown of this machine.
Awesome. Go ahead. Cool. So today we're going to be making 3 different drinks. We'll be making an espresso, an Americano, and a latte. So to do this, we're going to make sure we have all our tools ready. We have our grinder, portafilter, Cielo funnel, so that way we're controlling our wastage, our milk pitcher, and our cups. So the coffee we're going to be using today is the Rocco Bar, one of our coffees here. And in terms of the taste, it's going to produce a nice rich crema, nice chocolatey aftertaste, and a nice sweet finish to it. So let's get going. So I'm actually going to be dosing into this cup here. What this does is help me control my wastage. And I'm looking for roughly about 15 to 16 grams of coffee. So with this and the funnel, I can just pour my coffee in, and this way it helps me control all of my wastage. So that way I'm not losing any coffee by grinding into the portafilter. I'm just going to pour just a tad bit more. Excellent. So one of the important things to keep in mind is that when you're going to tap, you want to make sure that your coffee is nice and flat and leveled. The reason why is that if it's on an angle, you're going to create something called channeling, and you're not going to extract the full flavor of your espresso shot. So this tool here is a leveler, and just by inserting it, it helps make sure that your coffee grinds are nice and flat and leveled. So this way when you tap it, you're going to get a nice even puck with proper extraction to it. So when I tap, I like to make sure I have a pad here. This helps keep my portafilter stable and makes it easier to tap. When I tap, I put my tamper inside and just give a nice push. You want roughly around 30 pounds of pressure. Now everyone's going to be different, but we do also have calibrated tappers to help with that as well. So then your puck should be nice and even. So before I pull my shot, I'm just going to purge it out. And then put my cup in and pull. There is your espresso shot. A nice thick crema, nice texture. Okay, so now we're going to be going through an Americano. Now how I'm going to do the Americano is I'm going to have my water first and pull a shot over it. The reason we do this is by pulling your water and having your shot go over it, you'll be able to maintain the crema, which produces better textures and a more in-depth flavor. If you do the espresso first and the water after, you kind of lose those textures, and it does weaken the shot a bit. So let's start with our espresso. So we're going to be dosing, again, about 16 grams of coffee. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Again, using the funnel so that way I'm not losing any coffee when I'm pouring the ground beans into the portafilter. I'm going to use our leveler to make sure the coffee is nice and flat. Again, this will help with extraction. If your coffee is not leveled, you're not going to get a fully extracted shot. You'll risk channeling, which will then create a weaker espresso shot. Now I'm going to tap. It's a nice straight tap in. So to access water on your espresso machine, just choose a knob here and just turn it. There we go. So let's get our portafilter inside. Lock that. I'm going to remove the leveler there just so that way the cup will fit. And then we push this level up to get our extraction going. So one thing I like to do is bring the cup a little bit closer, just because it'll help produce a nice layer of crema and it won't break it apart. Pull it down. And there you go. A beautiful cup of Americano. Enjoy. So next we're going to be doing a latte, which is espresso shot in steamed milk. So we're going to start with the same way we did the last drinks. We're going to start at 16 grams of coffee. Excellent. Add it to our funnel. Definitely a good accessory to have, just to help control any wastage. Our leveler, get a nice flat puck. Then we're going to tamp. So one thing I like to do before I start steaming milk is I like to purge my shot. And the reason for this is that if you haven't used your machine in a while, there's a built up amount of pressure. So if you try to steam your milk right away, it might bubble up. So just gonna give it a couple seconds of purging. There we go. Then let's make some lattes. So as this is pulling, I'm gonna actually start steaming my milk. There we go. So as you can see, have a nice microfoam, nice glossy milk there. And there you go. Delicious latte.
So we are all done with the video. We just made some amazing drinks. We are all done with the beautiful Lelit Mara, the brand new version. Like, all of these drinks look incredible. So thank you so much to Julian for showing us how to make those drinks. Definitely gonna have this Americano. This looks delicious. I'm not a big milk drinker, so I'm not gonna touch the latte. Looks amazing, but he's well known for all of his stuff. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Lelit, more coffee, more espresso machine videos. We're really diving into these, so we really hope that you guys enjoy and like them. We will see you guys next time on the Anthony's Espresso YouTube channel. Have a great day.